What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Pew here with another review. Today I have the Fusion Pro controller by POWERA. I'm going to tell you the cons, the pros, and is it worth buying over the Elite 2 controller. Also, make sure you stick around to the end because I'm going to also tell you about a giveaway coming up in a few weeks. All right guys, so let's get right into it. So on the back of this thing, it's the mapping. Your program button's on the back, and now since we're all talking about the paddles, I do have to give my first, I wouldn't say it's negative, but it is definitely frustrating, and that is how these things are inserted in here. So you have to actually put this thing in, slide it forward, and then bring down on it. The Elite 2 controller, which I said I was going to do a lot of comparing to, they're magnetic, so pretty much they just stick and they're done. With this, you can't do that. You have to get it on. You get it just right. Now, I've done this a lot because they always fall off on me, because if I'm in the middle of a game and I kind of get irritated and I just, hit the button like that, they fly off. And then when I go try to put it back, well, it came out of the slot, as you can see right here, and I have to actually get it right in there just right. That is super irritating doing that in the middle of a game. But with that being said, I do like the buttons on the back. They're very clicky. I don't know if you can hear that. And they're smooth. Next thing I want to talk about, moving on, is the trigger. This actually has trigger guards on it to where you can, it has 3, but I'm gonna be honest with you, I feel like there's just 2. So what it does is pretty much, if you have them off, your triggers go all the way down. If you go to turn it on, and with the trigger down, you can't. The reason why is because it is actually putting a slot in there, so when you don't have to go as far down with the trigger to get a faster response in like first shooter games and stuff like that. So there is 3, like I said. I feel like the middle one doesn't really do a whole lot. The first one and the last one, it definitely does a lot. There's definitely a difference there. Negative with it, and it's not a negative, it's just a warning. If you play Call of Duty in particular, and you go to get in a vehicle with these all the way on to where it's super sensitive reset so you can shoot faster and all that, make sure you turn this thing off. Because the first time I went and got in a vehicle when I got this controller and hopped in a vehicle and tried to go, because trigger is to go in the Warzone, I wasn't going nowhere. I was going super slow. Evidently, it's pressurized on the vehicle when you're driving in the game to where as far as you push this thing in is as fast as you drive. So you make sure when you go to hop in a vehicle, you just kind of, slide your thumb under, get in there, drive, do what you need to do, get out of it, flip it back. It's super simple, but fair warning, it can mess you up if you're trying to get out of a situation really quick. Next thing on this thing is I want to talk about is the front plate. It's actually pretty cool. It actually is magnetic, and it flips off. On the front of it, there's this little metal plates, and they just go in the hole, and that way you can change certain things out. And that's what I want to get to next. It comes with a case. I also want to talk about, while we're here talking about the controller and why I have this pad off and everything, the case is nice, a little traveling case. It's kind of soft, but with a rubber texture to it. So, if you're going somewhere, you can always carry it with you. And the reason why I brought that up is because you have bigger joysticks, longer joysticks, and these actually just pop off, and you can put the other joystick on. There it goes. So it's on, and you can just slide the plate back on, and you're good to go. And now you have a taller joystick if you want. All right guys, also this thing comes with a USB cable. It is almost 10 feet long, so you don't have to worry about length. If you want to sit away from the TV, you don't have to be right up on it playing the game and hoping you keep, have a long enough power cable. It comes with a 3.5 millimeter jack. The joysticks, so I'm not going to do a whole lot of talking about the buttons up front and stuff. They're the same as every other controller. The reason why I want to talk about the joysticks is actually because they are a little different when it comes to the Elite 2 controllers. And one of the differences versus the Elite 2 versus the Fusion Pro. And that is you have adjustable joysticks on the Elite 2 controller. These unfortunately do not come with adjustable joysticks. So what I mean with that is the Elite 2 controller, their joysticks are actually magnetic where you don't have the plate on, you just pull it off. And there's a little gear in there you can turn to tighten it down to get a more of an accurate shooting and, you know, not so much sway and stuff. And that way you can keep your sensitivity turned up and you can have these things tight, and it's just, it works out really good. I actually like it. You know, it's unfortunate they couldn't do this with this, but in the same sense, you have to understand the price difference. It's a big difference. So they're not going to be able to do everything that the Elite 2 controller did, and, you know, to this, because, you know, this is 80 bucks. The Elite 2 controller is $150. So you're going from 150 to 80 bucks. They're gonna have to downgrade some way, somehow. And that's why you have, you know, these ain't magneted on the back, these ain't magneted on the front, and, you know, it's not wireless. That's another thing. The Elite 2 controller is wireless. This is not. You have to use a wire, like I said at the beginning of the video. So with all that being said, is it worth buying over the Elite 2 controller? Honestly, I think it's preference. If you don't mind not having the magnetic joysticks and a magnetic on the back for the triggers, and also the adjustable, which seems like a lot, but honestly, it doesn't really bother me. For the adjustable, all I did was get a little circle ring and put underneath, and that tightens everything down for you, and these things cost 50 cents. So me personally, I believe it is worth buying over the Elite 2 controller, but again, it's preference. If you want all that extra stuff and you want the wireless feature and all that, go buy the wireless feature. It's 150 bucks versus 80 bucks, but if it makes you happy at the end of the day and it makes your gaming experience better, go spend the money. All right, guys, also, if you didn't know, this thing is compatible with Xbox One, S, Xbox X, Series S, and the Series X. I don't know about anything else. I would assume it could probably be played on Microsoft. I'm not 100% on that. Please don't quote me on that. If you know if it does or not, comment below, let me know. And with all that being said, that is all I have for the Fusion Pro. All right, guys, we're at the end of the video. Before I go though, did tell you about a free giveaway we're doing. It's gonna be in 2 weeks. We're gonna be posting a video. When I say we, it's because I have someone's gonna be joining me, special guest. It's my boy, my friend, my brother, Bane of my Twitch streamer. He is new to it all. We thought we'd come together since we're both new and we'll do something special for you guys. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you, he is the one providing the giveaway. It is a HyperX gaming keyboard for your PC. So if you're thinking about building a PC, you've already got a PC, you've been thinking about upgrading to something that's a little cooler, I'm gonna tell you right now, I checked this thing out online already. This thing is awesome. I'll tell you, it does light up. It's got all the lights and everything with it, which is super awesome in my opinion. Kind of almost want to build it and try to win it for myself, but this is for you guys. So there's gonna be a few different ways you can win. It's because there's gonna be a few different ways you can enter. Now, I'm not gonna tell you how that happens. That'll have to come in 2 weeks when we actually post a video. But what I want you to do, if you haven't, if you're thinking about it, while you're thinking about it now, post a question down low about the keyboard. If you have questions about the clickiness, or I don't really know a whole lot about keyboards, but whatever questions you might have about a gaming keyboard you would want to know, post it down below, because what I'm going to do is Bane of Mice is going to be on the video with me in 2 weeks, and I'm going to ask him those questions you post to me here on the channel down below. So make sure you post those down below. All right, guys, thanks for watching the video. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure you subscribe. If you liked what you see, make sure you hit that like button below. And until next time, guys, be safe.